Hi, Christine Crow here, and I just wanted to share another video with you today just to talk about some of the reasons why some businesses fail. And this video, you need to watch it really till the end so that you've got yourself a really clear picture of the direction that you really want your business to go into, for example, and be in. Now, grab yourself a pen and paper because this is going to be really informative. I hope you find it informative. And I want to share with you the 5 things that you really should be focusing on in your business when you are really looking at growing your business and scaling. Okay, so it's one of the things that you need to think about is that once a year, which is what I do, once a year I look at all of my staff members. I kind of start looking at this 3 quarters in the year. I look at all the staff members that I have and see who is being the most productive and is doing well for the company, that's going to earn the company money, that's being productive. Because sometimes you'll find that there's 1 or 2 staff members that's actually carrying the whole of the company. You know, if people aren't pulling their weight, you will see that there's an unevenness. It's like a scale. You know, the scale is tipped on one side and the other side is low because those staff members that aren't doing their jobs correctly, you will see that there is a dip for some reason. And the staff that are doing their work, they're actually carrying the ones that aren't doing their work. And you don't want that type of environment to go on and on and on. You don't mind if it's for a short time, you know, because sometimes staff members go off sick or they're perhaps not feeling well. So yes, they're going to cover and help one another. You understand that. And that's okay. That's teamwork. But it should not be long term. Okay, it should not go on for more than a couple of weeks. Then something is wrong, and that needs to be reported by your team members, for example. Okay, so like I said, always, you know, once a year, when you come to the 6 months, start planning for your 3 quarterly review. For example, I know you do the review every 6 months, for example, but after you've done your review, for example, then within that 3 quarters, then you're going to be either letting people go or you're going to let people stay. And then you're going to think about what is their role. Is it suitable for what they're currently able to produce for the company? Because the staff members that you've got, some staff members aren't going to go with you when you scale. You're going to have to let some of them go. Unfortunately, that's how it works. You're going to have to let some of them go because they are not able to grow with you, because it might become too complicated for them, or maybe it's too stressful for them and it's not the right time for them, for example. So when you do your yearly review, for example, your 6 monthly review, then you're going to look at, you know, within that the 3 quarters of the year, you got to look at that cutoff point of when you're going to let them go because they haven't performed like you asked them to do. So you set standards, you tell them that, hey, you know, this is the goal that we need you to do for the company, and we need to achieve this by this certain date. If they're not able to do that, then you have to let them go. You do. You can't have, you know, you can't have a few people carrying your staff members. Each staff members have got to really stand on their own 2 feet. They got to be productive for the company so that you can grow and that everyone is equal and that they're providing the relevance of the work that needs to be done for what you've hired them for. Now, if they have a disability, then you make sure that that job is suitable for the person with the disability and that it's going to be beneficial for them as well as for the company as well. So that's one of the things that I always do is I always, you know, by the the 3/4 of the year, I let team members go if they're not productive in the company. Now, the second thing is that I look at is, what am I paying out? What things am I paying for that I'm not actually using? You know, it's okay where we've ordered this software, we've got that software in place, we've got this, we've got that, and nobody's using it. It's a waste of money. You're spending this money every month when that money could go to something good. It could go to something else, for example. So what equipment, what software are you currently not using that is draining your company? For example, we've got Microsoft, which is really good. Microsoft Office is very good. You've got to look at each staff member that you've got the Microsoft for. There's different packages that you can get with Microsoft, which is really good because it does the Word, it does the Excel, it does the PowerPoint, it does AI, it does a lot of things Microsoft does now. So I would look at, what it is that you're spending out. How much are you spending, for example, on your Microsoft equipment? The next third thing I would be looking at is the equipment that you've got. I mentioned about the software, but what other things do you have that you're currently not using? You need to be aware of that. And the next thing, what the staff members that you've got, are they productive? Can this be done for a cheaper price? And when I say a cheaper price, a quality price, for example, can this job be outsourced? Do you need to have this staff member in the office full time, paying your taxes, for example? Is it really needed? Is that going to really help you to grow your business, for example? So that is one of the things that you need to think about. The third thing. And the fourth thing is your office. Do you need to have a big office? Can you get a smaller office or have your team members work from home? There's a lot of talk at the moment that, you've not heard, but Amazon, they are letting go, I think it's quite a lot of staff members, thousands of staff members. I think it's about 14,000. Don't quote me on this, but Morgan Stanley have announced that Amazon plan to get rid of their staff, for example, a lot of staff members, because they want to save 3 million a year. Sorry, 3 billion, not 3 million, 3 billion a year, which is a lot of money. But with Amazon, what they're asking is that they want staff to come back into the office. They don't want them working from home because they feel that the staff members that have been working from home, some of them have been doing 2 jobs, i.e. they're working for Amazon, but they're also working for another company, for example. So what you need to look at is, the big companies are doing it. So what is it that you can do that's going to help your small company grow really strong and be strong? And Amazon, they do this every so often. Okay. So think about that. Amazon are doing it. Morgan Stanley said that they're planning on going to be saving them $3 billion, for example. And I think it's 140,000. It's a lot of staff members that will be going. I'm going to put the link here for you to read as well. Another thing that you need to be also aware of, if you are in the healthcare sector, that we need to look at your business. Is there anything else that you can do in your healthcare business that's going to generate income for you? I said in a previous video, which I'll link it here, I said about how you can diversify, how you can create multiple streams of income within your business. So for example, you could be doing things that are complement to your healthcare business. For example, you've got private clients, they may need gloves or aprons, or they may need incontinence pads, for example. They could be clothing that you could provide. You know, I've done that where I've gone round to a care home, and that's another business actually, where I've gone round to care homes and I've taken clothes that are to do with the elderly and I sell them. I used to sell them at the care homes. You know, the dresses, the trousers, the socks, the underwear, the slips, you know, all the different things, you know, that an elderly person would wear. So I used to go around to the care homes and sell these clothes and items. So why don't you do that? That's another diversified thing. But at the same time, you could be there at the right time to tell them, this is what I do. I provide staff members. Yeah? That is another way of you getting into care homes. You could start by selling items of clothing, toiletries, soaps, shampoos, hair dyes, nail polish, slippers, socks, nighties, pajamas. You could sell those kind of things to the care homes. You could get a catalog and then you sell the items. And this is another diversified income for you. But at the same time, the care home could use you. They could need your services at some point. And guess what? Who they're going to think of, who they're going to call, it will be you as well. You'll be in their mind. So those are the 5 things that you could do the 5 tips that you could do to increase your revenue in your healthcare business. So I hope that was helpful today. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks for listening, and do like and subscribe here to the YouTube channel and look out for further training. Take care. Thank you. Bye.